Love and light. We are a divine couple and we channel the love being, a council of multi-dimensional beings coming from the ninth dimension. We are here to assist humanity during the ascension process.
Yeah.
Love and light.
So in today's video, we talk about a very important and interesting subject
Absolutely.
with Yasmine.
Yeah. From Door to Value.
And the School of the Ascending, our 2 page on the Instagram, our second live with her.
Yes, interesting. So we talked about the rising of the divine feminine and the divine masculine and the importance of their role.
And how to rebalance.
Absolutely, in this society and in the evolution.
Yes. So enjoy the video.
Absolutely.
And we just scratched the tip of the iceberg, so this is
Part
part
one.
1.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live. Happy Saturday. I hope that you're all doing well and having a beautiful start to your Saturday or finishing off your day wherever you are in the world. Today's live is going to be with the wonderful Love. So just inviting them quick. Hello, happy Saturday.
Oops. On the other side.
Morning.
Love and light.
Love and light.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? Can you both hear me okay?
Yes.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. It's a little bit like blurry on my end, so I just want to make sure the sound is good. Oh, I'm so glad to see the both of you.
Yeah.
So glad to see you too.
We're looking forward to this.
Definitely. Just.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this already.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
Hello. Oh, we have
Okay.
me here. Good morning. This is so exciting.
Yes.
Thanks for being here, Mary, Sir Kay.
Jenny is here as well.
Yeah, there's, oh my God. Hello. Love and light.
Perfect. Perfect like that. Perfect. This is a bit low because we're really tall.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Ah,
so good. Now it's better. Now I feel like I can see the both of you.
yes.
It's perfect. Okay, but you'll have to let me know if the sound is weird at any point because it's a little bit blurry here on my end.
so far it's perfect.
So far here it's
The image,
perfect.
the sound is all good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Maybe if I need to get headphones or anything, I'll do that. But oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see the both of you. And seriously, thank you for spending like your Saturday to just pour into the collective and bring high vibrational conversations. I feel like when you even just spend like 5 minutes, 10 minutes having a higher vibrational conversation, it's like that energy, it's like a ping pong. It just goes out into the universe and then it comes back, but it needs to go out. And so I'm just excited to talk about this. And I feel like I've had the conversation about balancing masculine and feminine energy with, you know, a lot of people. It's a very common thing with spirituality, but I feel like talking with the two of you about this is going to be very important for me, but also for whoever else is going to catch the live, because first of all, you're both a couple. Second of all, you're both doing spiritual work together. And third, of course, you both carry those polarities naturally. So in carrying it within yourself and then carrying it into a relationship, it has a very like amplified dynamic, I think. So not to say that as individuals, you know, it's two amplifies, two holes together.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And divine couple are key. We know, like to raise the frequency on this planet to create more divine couple. So it's part of our mission to talk about that and just to put it out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and divine couple is huge too, because you're right about that. It's almost like the paradigm, because so much is changing now, where it's like people are really stepping into understanding themselves more. Like they see that because of what's happening, right? It's like the age of like going within, self-healing, but
Yeah.
also coming into like harmonious union with yourself, and then that kind of leads to like the union externally, right, and with the other person. So I kind of will just go with the flow, and if anyone has questions in the live, feel free to ask. I think you can actually put in a question, or you can just put it in the chat and we'll try to catch it. Maybe we'll answer as we go, but I wanted to talk to you both about this a little bit more, because, you know, like when we start off like in our journey, like before, you know, awakening, for example, we don't really know about the energies balancing masculine and feminine. We kind of just like take the gender and connect that with the energy, and society tells us to just follow that kind of stereotype, if you will, instead of like understanding all aspects of who you are, which means understanding these vulnerabilities, these emotions, these traumas. And a lot of that is connected to wounding, parental, for example, mother father wounding. So there's so many layers to this. I think my first question, go ahead. Yeah,
I was about to say programming. It's a big thing.
yeah,
Program. It's like everything is being put in place to reverse everything we know. So that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah, it's really interesting, because then, you know, there, like I said, there's so many layers to this, and I'm a very deep person, so definitely tell me if I'm too much, but I just feel like
I don't think you will.
like I know that you guys, I know that the both of you will like go down the rabbit hole, you know.
Definitely, as low as you can.
Okay, good. So, you know, it just, because it gets so deep, like I feel that at this time it is very important for us as adults to talk about this more. Like, how can we really heal those woundings where we feel threatened, if a masculine energy feels threatened with expressing their emotions, or they feel fearful around that, or feminine energy feels kind of weary, cautious about stepping into more of like a strength energy. And again, because you said the programming that's been put in place, but now you're seeing so many things around kind of the stereotype of like removing that association, because gender and energy, I feel like, often gets so interchangeable. And what's happening now in society is like, I'm seeing that they're trying to almost say like, your gender, we're taking away all genders, which in essence we don't have genders up there anyways, it doesn't exist. But because they're saying that down here with an already programmed society, people don't understand, so it's almost like they're less inclined to heal that masculine or feminine wounding within them, or to at least, it's like they can't really see to understand it, because programming in society is telling them not to care about it. And why are they telling them not to care about it? Because obviously, you know, these forces don't want people to awaken. So how do you both see like the rise of the masculine and feminine energy, like really harmonizing that happening in society? Maybe that's a very thick question and too tough, but yeah, whatever comes through for you, I welcome it.
Yeah, but you want to go first?
Well, can you clarify the question just a little?
Yeah, so like, how do you see like masculine and feminine energy, like the need for society to like heal the wounding around that? Like parental wounding is probably the best example. How do you see that happening in society? Like, what are you noticing in reality around you about the disconnect between, you know, the programmings, the energy, with them balancing those polarities?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is really masculine energy. I think everything will be more solid when the masculine energy on this planet take back its place.
Yeah.
The masculine is completely off balance. They don't, they have forgotten how to be a man. And it's the program that did that to them. And now they don't know how to protect. They don't know how to be masculine. They know how to act strong. They know how to look strong. They know how to they have beard, not to talk about him, but you know, there's guys, they have big beard, but inside of them, they act like boys.
Voila, yeah.
You see, it's all about the essence of the masculinity that is lacking. And if we talk about that, we have to talk about the food and cans and the hormones that are on the inner lining.
Yeah, pesticides and all that. So there is a chemical warfare against masculinity.
Absolutely.
It goes like down there.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't know this.
Yeah, psychologically, physically, chemically, it goes deep down, like soy and stuff like that.
So there's a lot of estrogen in the food, in the intake that everyone is taking.
Yeah.
So the female will become more emotional and the male will become more feminine. And why is that happening? Is because the feminine is more passive. The feminine is not so aggressive, quote unquote, because there are so many layers to that, because I can say the opposite of that in 5 minutes, because it's complicated. Just let me build it, you know. But the passive, when a society is really passive, they don't stand up for their own rights.
And once you can destroy the nuclear family, you destroy the society.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So the nuclear family is under attack. So when you destroy male and manhood, you win.
Yeah, because the female is destroyed. When the male is destroyed, and when the female is destroyed, the male is fucked as well.
Yeah, because there's a saying that says like the female is a reflection of her man. And I tend to agree with that, because you can see the same woman, let's say in a relationship, that will act a certain way, and then she will be like in another relationship and she will act completely differently. So you see, wow, it's like
there's truth to that, but there's also truth behind the saying that say behind every male there is a strong female.
As well. It's a very deep subject. It's very deep.
We have to look at it like a unity.
Yeah.
If the man is fucked, I am fucked, because I cannot be feminine.
Yeah.
And it's like I said in the past, in another life, is that if women inside of us, we have both polarities. We put them into life. We hold them inside our rooms. So we have the ability to be both, because we create both, which means that if the male with who you are with is not acting accordingly to the male that will make you feel protected, you will be masculine. You will act masculine because you have it in you. But the truth is that it's exhausting to be both.
I totally agree.
Easier to just be, okay, I'm just female and he's just male and we're working together. So it's like the work is split in half. But if the male is in balance, you have to be both.
Which is a lot.
Which is a lot. And for the male to reclaim their masculinity, it's not just to read a book and say, okay, now I understand. Now there's a lot to it. So to me, to achieve that, because I experienced the two extreme. So I was like at school, I was very good, like very easy to program, you know, like you can put me a program and I will learn everything and I will execute it very good. So I had that program, you know, the Disney program, Hollywood and all that. And it very deep. So like before all the work I put into myself, like my reality, like with females was very different. So I experienced both extreme, like to be like, go straight away into the friend zone all the time, you know, with females. So, and then to realize,
the pattern that was not working.
I will put it very short because I could speak about that for hours. And then to work on myself, which has been like a solid 3-year process and very intense, to then after experience the complete opposite. So I know the two sides of the coin. It's two different sides. And for the males to go from there to there, it's a life-changing experience. And it's what's required, like not even at a personal level, but as a collective level as well.
Because it's a spiritual journey. what he's explaining may sound okay, it's just a man trying to hit on woman, but that's not.
No.
That's the case, but that's not the case. It's about confidence. It's about how to sell yourself, because every day you sell yourself. When you go to the store and you're like, hi, and the female's like, oh, she's so nice. You're selling yourself. You're selling your presence. You're selling who I am. This is who I am. Look, it's like being a seller. When you want to sell something to somebody, because I used to be a seller, and I remember the coaches always used to tell us, people are not buying the product, they are buying you. And that is the truth. So when a male don't know how to be solid, and a female look at him and is like, oh, you're so kind, I just want to be a friend, you know, it's put him in a place where he's losing his masculinity. Therefore, he doesn't feel like he's free to be this masculine side of him, because the woman is pushing him away in a friend zone or whatever. Because we have to remember, everything is about creation. Creation is sexuality, is tantra. Okay? So there is no need to fight it and be like, oh my God, I am holy, I am spiritual. Bro, if you're spiritual, you came on earth because your parents had sex. You know, that's the way that it happened. So it is creation. There is no shame.
Yeah.
And that's something that I hear a lot.
It's the basics.
It's shame around sexuality and about the being a female. It's almost female nowadays are ashamed to be females or to be seen as a feminine woman, because for them feminine means weak. And a man that is too masculine means toxic.
Toxic masculinity,
yeah, which is a thing. Yeah.
But that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's, oh my gosh. So hearing, and this is why I love to have this conversation, because hearing the both of you talk about this, it's like really getting my mind into how deep this goes. Like,
it's very deep.
It's like, it's almost like the woman can't birth into the world, bring the kids into the world without the other partner, right? And it's almost like the fact that society, we'll say, has put, or these forces, these darker forces have put so much emphasis on attacking the masculine, you know, really like harming that family unit, placing these stereotypes. It's like you have to even go back to history to understand how men in the world today have been affected almost the most. And not to say women haven't been affected, because, you know, generations they have.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Big time.
And something
females
that
are very damaged as well. They need to heal.
There's a lot of healing.
Both on both sides. Yeah.
It's like the wounded feminine, the wounded masculine, distorted feminine, distorted masculine. Like, what wound do you need to heal and look back into? Like, what aspect of your upbringing, the way that your parents raised you, led to the person that you are and the behaviors that you're carrying out? And how is that being expressed in relationships, intimate or not? Because something that I noticed, because you're right, Niyama, you said something very important. You said that a woman will become masculine when she is not in a position around another masculine energy where she, you know, can feel more feminine. Like for me, I will say, like, I know that I've been a guy in like one or two past lives. It's been confirmed. I've had visions about it. And so I know that I carry that closeness with, I'm very, like, it's almost easier for me, even though I'm a woman, to be friends with guys easier, because I can feel that energy of like what they need. But it's so interesting because I find that in the relationships that I'm in, like if guys pursue me, I can tell within the first 5 minutes if my masculine energy is coming out, I know that I'm not going to be I'm not what I want. If I can't, and this is probably not the best word choice to use in this moment, but it's what's coming to mind. If a feminine energy cannot somewhat be submissive or taken care of by the masculine energy, they're working together, but it's almost like equal balance. Like, you'll take charge and then I'll be here to kind of help facilitate. It's like the action taker and the organizer, and they both need each other, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And it's so interesting because that's something that I've personally noticed. It's like, how have I seen in my relationships these wounded masculine energy, a man who is afraid to express their emotions, it's almost like very unattractive to a woman who is awakened, who has been working on herself or doing healing. For any woman really, but like someone who has been doing that healing, when you meet the opposite polarity, or you know, that energy that, you know, you meet someone else and you see that they're not really matching that strength of like who they could be, you can feel that, and it's almost unattractive. And it's not judgmental, because we all have things we're working on.
We're here, we don't want to help, so it's not to judge, it's to bring light on this very, so we just want to help.
And it's so
taboo. It's cool. We love taboos.
We love, but it's so cool. Something that you said was that history, Vincent, you said history like has put, these forces have put like harm on the masculine energy, like
slowly, slowly but surely.
But it's almost like, they're trying to like almost feminize. That's kind of, I think, where I was trying to get to earlier when I was mentioning how they're trying to remove genders, which again, we don't have that anyways up there, but the point of experiencing it this way is so that we can understand those polarities, right? But that's kind of like where I feel like you both were picking up on where I was going with that, because I did learn about this, that like mayonnaise, for example, has estrogen. There's different things that have those chemicals in them, and then you wonder like, okay, well, why are there not more people talking about this? It's because these forces want to keep the suppression, right? Because then when you're not awakened, essentially, you're not aware of who you are and like how much energetic potential you can rise into. You know, a man being able to express his emotions is very important. That's not weakness. That's actually incredibly attractive. Likewise, a woman who's able to step in.
There's a way to do it, you know, there's a way to do it. So because what I see, and just to add to the mayonnaise thing, like the atrazine is a big one. Atrazine is it's in some pesticides. It's a big one. So when you eat your veggies, you eat a lot of that. So it's very sad. But,
So maybe I'll do research on the estrogen.
Atrazine, Atrazine, I think.
Atrazine.
I didn't know that. If I don't mistake, if it's not that, I will get back to you, but I think it is. Atrazine. I think it's that. On top of my mind, it's knowledge that I learned a long time ago. So
Remember, that's good.
I just love.
So where were we going?
We were going where?
So you were talking about well, we got into atrazine for a second, but then you were about to branch off into something like, I think you were about to say something really important. Is it gone?
Yeah,
it's gone for now.
Don't worry.
It will come back.
Oh my God! Someone said atrazine is put in tap water.
Never drink tap water. We never drink tap water.
No, we have to distill everything and all that. So.
Definitely no.
That's wild.
But you were talking about the past and how we have been. You said it was slowly taking over the masculine.
So like what you guys were saying earlier about how like society is like, or over history, there's been attempts at just trying to suppress the masculine energy because it like ruins the nuclear family dynamic and then divorce rates and all that. I'm like, literally, I wish I could draw a map of like the timeline. But that's basically what I was saying. It's just surprising to me about, you know, the fact that this has been happening for so long. But now we are seeing that shift, right? Now we are seeing more masculine energy.
It came back to me. So you were saying like it's important for male to be able to express their emotions, all that. I agree to that, but there's a way to do it.
Share that a little bit.
I will just backtrack a little, okay? Because because I hear that a lot, okay, in the spiritual community, that males need to be more vulnerable and all that. But and then I see males like, no judgment. I just want to. It's come from a place of love, okay? Yeah. So always. So I see a lot of males that will go online and put their things like that, their stories and all that. But it's like, dude, it's not the best idea, okay? Because there's a lot
Yeah.
behind
Can
that.
I try to explain?
Yeah, and then I'll go after you.
Maybe,
You guys are reading my mind right now. Crazy.
so like to me, to express my emotion, let's say before, I will call that my 3 years transformation. Okay, I will just put all that work that I put during 3 years. So if I doing that before all that work and after, it's two different things. To express my emotions, like from this place or from that place, it's two different things. But I do express my emotion from both places. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I don't understand.
You don't understand. Okay.
I do, yeah. Do you want to, Nyama, what are you picking up on this?
Well, what I wanted to add is that the masculine is so off balance right now. It's really important for them to go back into their masculinity.
Yeah.
It's really cool to act, to express your feminine side. You need the balance. But if a guy is always crying and always being so feminine and acting so feminine around his energy, around his emotion, and there's an imbalance, you can be emotional. Sometimes Vincent is emotional. Not to say that he is not a human being. He's emotional even if he looks tough. But he gets emotional. But he is Pisces.
Oh, you're Pisces, I'm Pisces.
Yeah, so you know. So you know.
Pisces, water cry.
Yeah. So he gets emotional, but it's not, it's like, please express your emotion. Everybody's pushing, express your femininity, but the guys are already over feminine.
Yeah.
What you need is to go out. Yeah. So tap into the masculine.
So that's what I was saying. Like from this place, after that 3-year process, like to tap more into to heal and to tap into my masculinity, and to do it like from a place where I'm more like healed or something, or more empowered within my masculinity. It's very different.
Yeah.
So for me, like for the guys, I would say like a big thing is to do that work and to heal. And it's not I don't want to put it more complicated, but to me it has been like a very intense but very fun 3 years process with my friends and all that. Like I met some guys that have the same goals, and we went through that journey together. So it was a beautiful experience. I could write a book on that, but
eventually.
Yeah.
That's what I say, that you guys should totally do that. You know, it's interesting because I feel like there's a collective of masculine, and we'll sit on this topic for a second because it's interchangeable with the feminine energy too. But I feel like there's the collective, meaning a group of people, you know, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, that's watching, but a collective of people that are masculine energy that are overly emotional, if you will. I don't even want to say emotional, because it's okay to be emotional, and I feel like I need to say that on the live. I feel like a lot of resistance around that. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry, but I think what you said, Nyama, earlier, over feminized in the sense that they aren't able to pull back into their grounded masculine energy where they're able to give, where they're able to take action. And then there's that other collective that is just overly masculine in the sense where they're carrying, it's like okay, thank you, I just got a message. So so it's like I just love it because I just like it's coming in. So like I feel like the feminine energy that is needed to be harmonized with a man, like meaning a man that is imbalanced in their feminine energy, they don't have an ability to tap into emotions. I feel like a lot of that just stems with communication, being able to like properly like communicate the way that you are feeling. And you might not be able to do that in the moment, but I really feel like, because that's just kind of the message that I'm getting. There was another message that I was receiving, but it's gone now. But it's interesting because I almost feel like the masculine polarity, it's like the ones, okay, one of my guides is like literally talking to me right now, so I just got the message again. So if you noticed how the past like few years, because this has to do with Age of Aquarius, like the past few years with like the uprisings of all these like just crazy world events that are being caused by these forces, if you will, however you want to look at it. And it's interesting because it's almost like the planet has been ruled by a wounded masculine energy for so long
Mm-hmm.
that now it is collapsing and it's getting healed, because the wounded masculine is very much invested in like impulse-based decision making, like very just low vibrational energy. Like, and I keep hearing in my ear like pornography, like the pornography business is one of the suppressive, you know, ways that, and we can talk about that too, since you know,
just a side note, I'm at 6 month semen retention now.
Wow.
That's a game changer. Like, it's the basics. Porn is horrible, but yeah, there's so much.
Semen retention is the next level of stopping porn. Porn is really not good for you, man. You know, no man needs to do that. It puts you in a, I want to say better. I don't know if it's the right way to say it.
You waste all your life for
beta. You know, there's alpha and there's beta.
Alpha
beta,
beta. So when you look at another man having sex with a female that you cannot get,
that's bad.
It puts you in the mindset that you are not the dominant male, you know, because you
watch the alpha male.
You watch the alpha male, the lion, having all the females, and you just have to look and you're like, I wish it was me. It puts you in a state of beta male. Don't do that to yourself.
And I think like even like monkeys, they it goes deep. Like they would see the alpha males like doing his thing with the
and they would play with themselves because they cannot get the female. So it's literally putting you in a state, you are beta, you cannot get a female, there's another male getting a female in front of you, and all you can do is sit and watch. Do you really want to do that to yourself?
Yeah, it's, you know, this is a huge thing that I've seen in society, and like what I was saying earlier, that it's, you know, there's been several guys who have booked clients with me, clients that have booked sessions with me, and they've spoken about this issue, and I see that it's very imprinted in society, this perception around sexuality and what a sexual dynamic needs to look like, and it's extremely harmful. Like I think everyone has had their experience around that, but I just think that the older that you get, the more like connected and tuned you are, you see how fake that industry is. Not to mention a lot of those people that are involved with that, most of them are human trafficked. Most of them are trafficked. People think that a lot of them are like the Playboy no, a lot of the people that one might see in pornography videos are human trafficked, and it's just fake and it's not real, and these people have chemicals in them and stuff, and it's like, when you think about how messed up that industry is, and yet it's very normalized, it's almost like it's okay, like overly sexualized, it's okay to be involved with those things. I think in retrospect, everything is okay. People are going to do what they're going to do. It's not we're putting awareness to this now.
Yes.
Not
so people that pick up on that and want to better their life, that's the intent here.
Yeah. And someone said, Ali said it's satanic. Someone else said it's reptilian. It really does bring out the reptilian in you. And I can say from without giving too much information, just from experience of like witnessing, I've definitely witnessed a reptilian lower vibrational energy, and it makes you sick. And it literally, and it goes, men and women are both involved with this, but it's like, again, we're getting back to the point here about what has society done for so many years to program the split, so that we are not coming into awareness and understanding of who we are, that it's to the point where we can properly communicate those things with another, right? Or show up in our life in the way that we need to. And it's very intense. And I feel like what's happening is that, again, that wounded energy is getting collapsed, and it's almost like the great mother energy, like the feminine energy is starting to overlap on the planet. And we're seeing that almost getting more solidified, where once it overlaps, it's not like an imbalance, it's just the equilibrium now is coming into place. Something about the age of Aquarius, it's like an equilibrium where there's going to be more intention and thoughts and pause before any rash decision is made or any wars are taken. And I feel like maybe this would be in the next like 10 years, to be honest, but it's happening now. And so this is why it's important to have people like the both of you on live and like in the world sharing your messages, because you share with other people. How can you create a healthier couple dynamic? Right? Obviously, for the both of you, though, would you say that you did, because I think it's different for everyone. There's couples who need to do the work separate, and then there's couples that do the work together, right? So both.
It started
what work?
To heal and all that. So you did a lot of work on your side, and I did a lot of work on my side, and then we met, and then we worked together.
Yes, because what I feel happened is that I was working on my spirituality and deprogramming my mind on a daily basis, and he was doing exactly the same, but for his masculinity. So he was, before meeting me, he was deprogramming the whole program to become that new version of himself. And I was doing the same, not exactly on the feminine side, just deprogramming my programs. And he was mostly focused on deprogramming the bad or the low masculine to become this higher version of the masculinity. And then this is how we created each other in each other's life. So we were both deprogramming ourselves in different ways to become a better version of ourselves. And then we got together, and then together we are still working on ourselves individually, but together as well. When he needs help, I'm there with him. When I need help, he come and he do me he has magical hands, to energy. So he put energy on me, and I'm like, ugh, and I feel better, and I do the same with him. It's a lot of energy work, a lot of energy work. But it's really, if I have to go back about the balance of the masculine.
Just to put it into words, to put it with simple words, like my path, that 3-year path, was to go from beta to alpha.
Talk more about this. What was the journey like? And I want to hear what you wanted to say too, Niama, because I feel like you both are onto something.
And then when you are alpha, then you can work to become divine. So it's like different steps.
Okay.
It's a step. It's like a ladder,
That would be a good. I'll send you guys a message after, because I just got a whole idea for something that you both will probably do. Just downloads when you said that. So hopefully I don't forget. That's so interesting, but it's true. It goes beta, alpha, divine masculine.
Divine masculine.
Energy do that too, though. Like, does the feminine energy go from beta alpha to divine feminine?
I think it's different. I think there's alpha woman. And I think there is more submissive beta woman. You have those level in woman, but it's that's another topic. It's different. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same.
And just like within the divine, like I have a lot of talks like with the love beings, like they are like my mentors. So it goes deep. So with them, I learned so much. So what they made me like understand is like within the divine masculine, the alpha part is about 25%. If we have to put like numbers, like the divine, like when you master the alpha part, like I invest like 3 years of my life just on that, from alpha, reprogram with my boys, going out, and like it was like very
it's important to explain what was that deprogramming was like. What was it,
Okay, so to me it has been like you can put like 30% theory and 70% practice. So so in the field, you have to learn in the field.
And what do you
There's like books, like I have this book. This is like the first book I would recommend is like The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi, and then the second book would be like The Way of the Superior Man. So this is a very good book. Like once you have access like to females and you can have a relationship, this is like the icing on the cake, like how to, like, quote unquote, manage like
emotional spike.
Yeah,
you know,
with females and all
females.
that. So that's a very, very good book. And the other book is I just have it in audio. It's like a 8 or 9 hours audio. It's The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. So The Rational Male is really like the cake, and The Way of the Superior Man is really like the icing on the cake.
But I just wanna pinpoint what he did that he is not expressing that I feel is important.
Oh, I was getting there.
It was coming.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So what was really important that he did is that nowadays, and you males that are listening to this, you know it's true. You do not go and hit on women in the street. You don't do that anymore.
No.
They don't. They don't. They
look at what happened to me last night.
Yeah, exactly. They are looking at you like, and you know he thinks you're cute, and you know he's interested, but he is afraid to step in and be a man and own his place. And if you get a no, you're not gonna die.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're not gonna die. Exactly.
You're not gonna die. So you know what? Take the
like,
hit.
You have those like tough guys, soldiers, like they went to wars, Afghanistan and all that, and they are very tough, you know, like way tougher than me in many ways. But you will ask them, okay, go approach that cute woman over there, and they will just choke.
That shows a lot, and that's actually a thing that was a test that was done. I don't know what it was, a scientific experiment.
Yeah, that topic I know.
With soldiers.
Yeah, so it goes very deep. And me, what I did with my friend, like for years, like I cold approach like hundreds of women, literally.
So you have to go talk to a female, you get no, and then you're like, oh fuck, she said no, and she was about it, and she was, you know, laughing at me.
Oh my God.
So you have to confront the fear of not being pushed away, but being.
It's a wall of fire each time.
The fear of potential rejection.
Rejection.
You have to.
Start rejection.
Yeah. I think it's important for anyone. I mean, honestly, but yes, you know what? You both are so in tune. It's just really like just beautiful. You both are so in tune because what you're saying right now is you're actually channeling information, believe it or not, related to situations of my clients. Things that I've seen around people in my friend group, even my own experience is true. It's like, it's not, we all get we all face rejection in our life. This is part of the human journey. But I think you're right. If the man is not able to face the potential rejection, then there becomes a disconnect in almost their energy. And it's almost like their masculine energy is like taken down a notch. It's not that they need to go and walk into rejection, but it's more so that they need to be okay with that fear, and they need to be able to communicate. Like, I feel like communication is one of the biggest like things. Like, if you can't communicate properly with your counterpart, you know, then you're not going to be able to go through, you know, the heal things, right? So I'm getting a lot of information right now, but it's just a lot. And I don't want to put this all on the masculine at all, because the feminines have work to do too, you know. Like I said, energy. Exactly.
Because I reintroduced the dating market like after a 12-year marriage. So it was not easy, and really. So it's like many males, they just decide to go off radar and just give up on women, get a dog, and that's it, you know. And I mean, it's very sad, and even commit suicide and stuff like that. So, so me, I took another path. I didn't let myself go down, and there's a lot to it. So there's many suffering about that,
I have a question for you. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase it without being, so it's just a lot, but it's like getting channeled into me right now. What is your opinion, both of your opinions, on when someone, male or female, leaves a relationship and they don't give themselves the time to heal? They just jump into something right away, whether it's something that's lustful, like sexual relationship. Do you think that there's potential to heal in that way, or what are your thoughts on that? Not allowing yourself the break a little bit to understand.
Yeah, but to me, what I was about to say is that it's easier for females to do that than for males, especially after marriage, when you're destroy, divorce, you lose like every material things and all that, and you're in a later stage of your life, and then you want to reintroduce the dating
I see what you
market.
mean.
You have kids. I have an autistic kids living in my parents' basement after all that, and you know, it's like to get back, like you won't get a female like that.
Yeah,
So,
no, you definitely got a good one.
That's something that I was about to say before you asked that question, and we see that we are in sync.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that the female, we have an advantage. If you want to find a boyfriend, I give you 5 minutes, I swear you will find one. I swear you will find one. You just have to say, hey, and you have 5 guys in line and you can pick. Most female is like that. Most male, if a female say, I want to have sex, you will have a line of guy in front of you being like, oh, I'm ready, you know? But a male, if he is broken and he has to rebuild himself and he's trying to find a female, it's going to be much harder for him, because first of all, men do not have the easy access to sex or to the counter male female anyway. Yeah. They don't have this easy access that we have. Female, you just have to raise our hands, and we will have the attention that we seek, even if you're not the prettiest girl. It's not about being pretty. It's just about being female.
Yeah, and a male with a lot of money could have access easily to women, but this is transactional. It's not validational. So there's 2 types of sexuality. There's transactional sex and validational sex.
Yeah.
And the transactional sex is like, or a relationship, it's not what you want to have. I mean, it's something, it's an experience. We come here to experience things, but transactional, it's like, it is what it is. You know, like do this, and at the end of the week, you will have your blowjob, you know? So it's like, that's very, that's not what you want. It's not thriving. So it's like you want to experience a validational sex, and many males never really experience that.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's true.
It is sad. It's so interesting because like there's so many different experiences playing out. So anyone who's catching this live, you know, take what resonates with you, you know, based on your experience. But it's so interesting because I feel like who have been chasing someone for, not chasing, but kind of just waiting. Waiting and a little bit chasing the beginning and then waiting for 5 years for something to unfold in the way that it was being presented to me. And obviously divine timing, everything is perfect and happens the way it's needed to. And personally, like I'll say this on the live, I have a line of men that have been trying to pursue me and message me constantly. And I'm just not, personally, I'm just not interested, because I feel like once you know who you are in a level where it's like, we're always going to know who we are. We don't really reach a cap, but like things, because we're changing, you know? So, but we get to a point where we're like, okay, I know what I want, and I know what energy I want to bring to the table. And I know, like, I can tell if a man is not going to be, and it's so easy for me. Like I said earlier, like within 5 minutes, most women, because we have a gift, and Niyama, I know you can agree with this, you can tell right away, it's just not going to work. Like this gentleman has an energy that they're doing them. Nothing's wrong with them. It's just, it's not going to mesh with mine because I feel that their energy isn't in alignment with mine. Yeah. But it's like, at the same time, I feel like most of the male clients that I see and I speak to, they tell me about how they just jump right back into lustful relationships. They're able to have sex easy. They're able to, because they're blocking out, they're stuck in ego, and they're blocking out the emotional component of wanting to understand how they were hurt from a previous relationship. So they would rather like drink or do drugs, which is okay. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying they're trying to suppress and distract and stay into a state where they would rather sleep with someone and have that person there than heal something that is potentially, you know, worth it. Like I'm seeing this like disconnect. It's like, and it goes interchangeable, you know, like even I have friends and people that I know in my life, even me in college, I got out of a relationship after my first year, 2nd through 4th year. I was always partying. I was always out talking to guys, exchanging my energy in that way, if you will, physically. And it's so crazy because now I look back and I see like, wow, when you really do the work, you literally see that you don't want to waste your body giving it to a bunch of people who
Definitely
like
not.
take your energy, because every time you have sex with someone, they literally, that other person carries your energy. And
Yeah.
it's like taking on their wounding, their you know, all the trauma that's connected to it. There's like so many different like there's so many different levels to it. It can get very toxic, and I recognize that, you know, it's important to just heal and understand like if something is toxic or not resonating with you, or if you are in a connection and you see that you are getting to know yourself and the other person isn't, or you know, you're seeing that there's an energy around you that's opposite of you, what you identify as, and it's just not meshing. That's probably, it's like a mirror to go back in with yourself. Why am I triggered? Am I the one that's healed? Am I the one that, you know, knows who I am? What do I need to do to make myself more aware of this energy that I'm feeling? And I'm just reading these comments because everyone that's leaving comments, just love them. People are saying they imprint, I'm 8, I'm awake 8. They imprint on you and you on them. Very true.
Yes, we don't want that.
Marywater High Priestess, she said, once we know who we are and the divine masculine that is meant for us, it's the patience of allowing them to find their higher self. Huge. We don't talk about this a lot, I feel like, the higher self too, connecting with the higher energy.
Maybe because I think we wanted to bring the love beings as well, would be interesting to have their take on that. So I know we wanted to try to keep the live at an hour, but maybe if we could bring them shortly, I have the calling to
whatever you both want to do.
Well, I was on a roll.
So, but it's up to you. You're
I'm the channeler.
Yeah, you're channeler after all.
No, that's cool.
I would totally do another live with the both of you too.
Yeah, I think that on surrounding this topic, we can talk for hours.
We can do 10 lives. You know, there's infinite. There's podcasts. There's a lot of information. So that's just the tip of the iceberg today.
Yeah, but I think that if we have one tip, if ever we want to bring the love being, one tip for the males and one tip for the females, I would say that for the female, it's really easy. Okay, when a female is around an alpha, divine, will anchored masculine man, and you are single, you will be in the allowing state. There is no other way around it.
Because attraction is not a choice.
If you are attracted physically to the guy, okay, and the guy is having the right energy, you will be in the allowing state. And that's the truth. That's something that is really true. When a female is around a guy that he just hit every single box.
Like it's like the swish, click, click, click,
and
click, click.
Every box is, and you're like, I have this rule, this rule, this rule, but for this guy, I'm not gonna be too picky. You know, for all the rules
there's a thing, because I come from the manosphere, so the manosphere is very like 3D. It's like, you know, when you reintroduce the dating market, it's like very bloody octagon. You know, it's very tough. It's a tough place. So so there's a saying that like a woman, like they create rules for beta males, but they break the rules for alpha males, which is totally true. It's like I experienced that, like in the field, it's true.
And you see in the field, because it's a field, you know, it's a fight, but it's a fight against yourself. For the males, and this is what I would say to the females, just to be in the allowing state, because when you are in the allowing state, you are in a more passive, and you are allowing the energy to flow through you, and you are allowing the universe to give to you. But the allowing state is really important when you are around a manly man. Okay, for males, I would say first thing that males start to need doing is go talk to a woman in the street. Yeah,
but there is a way to do it nowadays with the toxic masculinities. Like, it's be careful.
Yes, don't be a an ass about it,
No,
you
no,
know? But
okay, we won't go into details about that, but I ran into very funny situations. Like it can be.
You can talk to a female if you have to be proper, okay?
Yeah.
Because the female can go. That's another. Anyway, there's a lot that we could talk about, but the females this is why I say female be in the allowing state. It's not because a male talk to you that he's trying to rape you in a corner.
Yeah.
So just relax.
Because there is a lot of things about toxic masculinity and.
Yes. And now when a female look at a male and he's acting too manly, he is toxic.
Yeah, because I would say something. When a beta males will go approach a woman, she will have a very, could be a dangerous reaction. But when it's an alpha male that do the same, she will be like, in the allowing state.
That's why
there's a lot to it.
There's a lot.
And I know the time, so just let me know whenever. It's okay. Let me ask you this: what if the female Niyama? What if the female doesn't want to be approached? Like I get approached every time I go to the gym. I get random people that come up to me, and I don't like it at all. I feel very uncomfortable. I'm like, don't.
But it's cool.
I'm working out.
You don't have to say yes. When I say being in the allowing state is be less in your masculine, because we are so used to be approached by better men, or we are so used not to be approached at all, or we are so used to be, I'm a strong woman, I can do it all, I do not need a man. But the truth is that all the females that say that at night, they are craving for the men. But if you are pushing men away with your energy, how can you attract? It's like seeing all men are stupid, all men are jerks. How can you attract the man of your dream with that energy? You can't. You are pushing him away. And that's what I mean with woman be in the allowing state. Of course, there are men that are going to come to you and you're going to be like, nah. You need to do the work. You need to do the work, bro. You're not there yet. I'm not interested, or I don't even want to talk to you. But it is because it is a better male, or a male that think that because he's strong, he can just come and be better anyway. Yeah. It's just better. It's two opposite of better. There's the skinny better and there's a beef better. Yeah. Still better.
It's the same thing. Better. So it's not because they're tall and big muscles that they.
But if a guy comes to you and he owns this place and he comes to talk to you while you are sweating and you don't really feel like no one's talked to you, and he's coming to talk to you, you're gonna be like, hey. You're going to be like that because he comes with the energy. He can back it up.
Yeah.
That's the whole difference. Yeah. So males, please start to understand what is masculinity and learn that process.
Beta, what is alpha, and try to make that switch. And it's a journey.
It's a journey, but you know, life, this universe.
And if males like come to me, I'm here to help. You know, I have books. I share about my journey. I will do maybe more lives.
And he has to do a course about it as well.
A course on that.
I think for sure you guys would thrive doing that. Anyone who's watching, if you're not already following the Love Beings, connect with them and work with them, because they can help you and channel messages. And Niyama and Vincent, I feel like you both have, I mean, we could literally do the live for 3 hours. There's so much information that we can dive into. And the relationship parts it just interests me really a lot. Like I woke up because of a relationship, and I learned that I'm a medium because of a relationship, and like I learned about spirituality. So these things, you know, and everyone has a different way of learning, you know, these things. Some people learn from family about, you know, the dynamics between masculine and feminine. But I wanted to ask you one final question, if it was okay. Since we're on the topic of like energies and roles and relationships. Now I had an experience where, a couple experiences more recently where I get messages from people who want to hang out, and like the hour in which they message me is just not appropriate to me at all. So what is your opinion about like a woman wanting to be courted? And I use that word because literally like wanting to be pursued in a way that is like in resonance with her, because like I do get pursued, but I personally feel like I'm kind of mean. I'm kind of just like, none of you are good enough. But then I tell myself, not in a mean way, but I'm like, none of you are good enough for me. And then I say, okay, if I think this way, that means I somehow might have attracted their energy in my reality. So personally, I am a huge advocate for like going the mirror. What was it within me that attracted that kind of frequency that I need to look in within my masculine or feminine polarity? But what is your opinion on like a woman wanting to be courted? She wants.
You're asking me or you're asking him?
Well, both of you. I'm kind
Okay.
of curious about your response, Yama. Yeah, like a woman who wants to feel courted. She wants to feel pursued. Like, show me that
Well,
you know, that you can do the work a little bit before I let you in.
well, that's cool. I mean, I am very difficult as well. Very difficult.
Really?
Okay? And that comes with the alpha female vibe. And when you know,
she's very alpha. She's
yes,
very
but
alpha.
he's very masculine as well. So it helped me balance because I am very strong and I have a big, yet quiet, but big personality. Okay. So when you have this knowingness, it's not that I feel completely confident in everything, but when you have this knowingness that, you know what, I have this value and I have this to bring, what do you got to bring to me to make it equal? Because the truth is that when you are on top of your game, and you feel like you have to take care of the guy, and the guy is not giving you.
Will never date down.
It's like
she will just try to go like a little bit up, but it's deep.
Yeah. So I mean, it's completely normal that you want to be courted. It's completely normal that you want the guy to show you how much he's invested. But the truth is that we should not have expectations.
Yeah.
Do not have expectation on what it looks like to be courted, because males have a different vision on what it means to take care of you. There is a guy that will take care of you, but all he's going to do is going to text you every night just to make sure. But for you, it's not enough. You want him to talk to you. You want him to ask you what you've been eating, how much time, what are you wearing, where are you coming? You want more and more and more. But the truth is just, us female, we need to understand the masculine side of things and what is valuable to a man. How is a man reacting when he really loves a woman? He gives her time and attention, but it won't necessarily mean exactly this picture that we have in our mind. But you need to know your value. You need to know what you want. But you need, once again, to be in the allowing state. Because when you are in the allowing state, you know your value. But you're not saying all males are like this. You're saying, I am looking for this type of males. And this is the only type of male that I am willing to let into my inner circle. Otherwise, I'm good. But, you keep repeating to yourself, I am good, but I am in the allowing state to receive the aligned type of male in my life. And if the male is not treating you properly, is not giving you the time that you feel that you want to receive, then you have a choice. Is it just because you want to be a brat? Or is it really what you need? Is it ego-based? Or is it really what you need, what your soul needs? It's all about shadow work at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Relationship is all about shadow work.
It's so beautiful, because I do agree with you on that. Like, I feel like there's a difference between expectations and standards, and the standards becomes your own embodiment. Like, what are you embodying already within you that is becoming a reflection of another person that's entering your life? I told myself, you know what? I know what I want in a relationship, but I'm not going to expect anything. But I know that if I'm going to personally get courted, it's going to be in the way that I know will resonate with me. If I don't feel like I'm like resonating with the way that a man is like approaching me, then it's okay that I don't feel that way. That's just
Exactly.
because we know. Exactly. It's like when people say like don't overly romanticize love at first sight, but it's like, you know, it's not just love at first sight, it's energy at first sight. Like you're
Absolutely.
feeling energy, you know. So I don't want to take too long because I know that we've reached that hour mark, but I did there was a question that was submitted and I wanted to see if we could answer that question. Is that okay? Just one last question and then we'll close out. So it's from our soul sister, Mary Water High Priestess. She says, do you believe the masculines right now are experiencing their awakening? Do you think the divine feminine had the awakening first and now it's the DM's turn?
That would make sense. That would make sense. Yeah, I don't have a solid answer to that, but that would make sense. Like males, like now, like I think many realize that there is a big problem. Yeah.
And I also think that is true because what we are used to hearing, I'm a goddess. And when females say I'm a goddess, it's like, you're a goddess, or you're a queen. You're such a queen, you're such a goddess.
We have been put on that pedestal.
Exactly.
A lot, you know? And,
so it's,
and with social media, because I experienced the dating market before and after the Instagram and all that, and that's another game because
the female gets attention from so many
on her
males.
phone, like she can put a cute picture and she will have like if she is attractive, she can have like thousands of likes from beta males that will give their power to those like it's like it's not real value, but it will. Anyways, that's
so it's
topic.
all that to say that the female, they are in their power.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, they are in their power.
And all that, yes.
I have no problem if a female want to be sexy. I love to be sexy as well. It's not. Yes, of course, we all love it. We're females, you know. Exactly, it's femininity. So it's completely normal to be feminine. Okay, that's not what we are saying.
No,
we love femininity.
Yeah.
But it's all about the female now. They are so much in their power that everybody want to show too much and showcase it. It's becoming the ego. That's what we feel. But I think that the female rose first, and now it's been pushed so much that it's becoming ego. And now the males are starting to say, wait a minute, you know, I need to rise for myself as well. But let's not forget what we were saying about history. For how many centuries girls have been put down and destroyed. So, you know, let's enjoy the goddess vibe for now. You know, that's cool.
It's always, everything is about balance.
So now the guys are coming back and it's gonna help them, you know. It's a process. It's a process. So let's just enjoy it. And if girls have to be in their ego for a few years to go back into balance, well, it is what it is. What is a few years in the infinite? Just enjoy it, you know. Just enjoy it.
And to answer, you know, Mary Water and just what she said too, like I do think that the masculines are awakening because like the wounded masculine energy on the planet is collapsing, and I think proof of that is through the systems that have been in place, like with all the governments. Just, you know, I have so many predictions about what I feel like is going to happen, and you know, and around the world. And one of those things is I feel like human trafficking, which is a huge problem. You know, it is said that there's tunnels or something in Ukraine as well. But I feel like literally it's going to get revealed, and it's going to get like something about it is going to get uprooted within the next 2 years. And I feel like a lot of that will contribute to more of that wounded masculine energy in society getting collapsed, like people seeing, you know, the craziness that happened with, you know, these women, taking them and like hurting them. And it's just like something about that particular narrative becoming truth in society in like headlines, I feel like is going to lead to more of the masculines awakening, Mary Water. But I do feel like a lot of the masculine collective is awakening. I see it in my with my clients, like a lot of the men, they tell me, they ask about, you know, their own experience with their mother, their journey with their mother, their childhood. They ask stuff about, you know, even with their own relationships. A lot of it has to do with communication, I feel like. Someone said the collective shadow of masculine is in need of a deep clearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reveal.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are so cool. I love all these comments.
Yes, the shadow work is going to be so important.
That's an important topic. So important. Yeah.
The masculine is the base of this whole hologram. We are the base, male and female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we need to balance ourselves, balance the energy within you and outside of you.
When we can heal that and rebalance everything, then the whole collective will shift.
Yeah.
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 Start with us.
Oh my gosh. I feel like there's just like so many levels, because we didn't even get to the shadow work part. It's 12:12 here in Chicago, by the way, now.
Wow.
But we didn't even get to the shadow work part, which is like a whole other part connected to, you know, healing the masculine.
Well, we can choose to keep talking, or we can choose to reschedule for more a channeling with the love being about question that we have.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
But
because we could do a whole live with the love being.
Yes, that would be better.
Just part one, it's what
that could be part one.
2 would be with the love beings.
Because if we're gonna talk to the love beings, it's gonna be like 20 minutes.
I mean, like 2
and
minutes.
It's gonna be.
It won't be enough.
And it's gonna be like 2 hours.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for 2 hours for sure. So let's just talk about shadow work, girls.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. And I'll bring questions. What I'll do actually is I'll put a questionnaire on my story and see, you know, what people want to ask as well about. You know.
So you're in Chicago. We have so many goddesses in Chicago. We have to put you together. We have like at least three goddesses.
With like-minded people. So
really, I honestly want to come to Canada to visit.
Yes. All right.
We have friends who want to come. You can jump, with them.
How is it over there, by the way?
Yes.
I don't watch the news, so I don't know.
Yeah, we have to see. But here we have an amazing tribe. So if anyone wants to travel to come to see us.
But I don't know how it's work. Can they come?
Oh, I have no idea about how.
We know that we cannot go out. We cannot take a plane. No, we cannot take a plane. We still cannot.
I don't know what's going on at all. Like I'm so out of it the whole night. I was out last night with people in masks, so confused. Like it's like I'm seeing other people in masks, but I'm in my own world. But so it's still weird over there, right? So, but I'm sure I can find a way. There's
we know we have ways, but it is what it is. We're not in a rush.
We're not. You know, we gotta do.
Yeah, but summer is coming soon. But summer here, it's amazing.
Yeah,
and nature.
Montreal.
Montreal, there's beautiful nature like around us. And we do like ceremonies and healing circles with our tribe. We have a beautiful
camping.
We have beautiful people.
Oh my gosh, I would love to go camping with you. Yeah. The Love Beings retreat.
Oh yeah. And
one day maybe.
I want to say we did the ceremonies last week, like here in this very place with someone that was ready like to go deep, and we did like a bufo ceremony, bufo alvarius. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
The thought.
The toad.
The toad. I know
it's like 5-MeO-DMT. Like I love plant medicine. It's like another topic.
But that's not plant.
But that's
herb
medicine, like nature.
Hurt?
Hurt. Like the toad. It's a product.
It's like the gland that are on the skin of a toad, and you smoke.
You milk it out, and anyways you smoke it.
What does it do though?
Huh?
Does it give you the same effect as like other plant medicines or like mushrooms or marijuana?
No, that's way
different, but
stronger than
we'll get back to it. But all that to say that now we combine like that ceremony and to debrief the ceremony with the love beings after that.
And we have grids.
It's another type of ceremony.
Oh my God, that'd be so fun if you guys ever do that.
That's epic,
we'll
actually.
do it all the time.
We did it all winter, all summer. It's
but now to debrief with the love beings, it was the first time.
Yeah. Oh yes. Okay, that's what you mean.
That part with the love beings to debrief the ceremony, it's another dimension.
Yes, it's powerful.
Yeah.
I do agree. Like when you were in
Yeah.
that state, you
Yeah.
definitely are taken to a place where you're
Yeah.
not you're here, but you're not here. And
Yeah.
it's really nice to be able to
And
be
after,
that way.
yeah, with the love beings, you can debrief all that, and they explain to you everything, like because they tap into the experience, and they have their consciousness from that higher realm. So it's wow, it's a new way to do ceremonies.
Anyway, let's go back to the topic.
Yeah.
We digress.
Well, oh yes, we digress, and that's a whole other. I would love to talk to you
Yeah,
more about
because
that.
we talk about that for like another.
Well, it's interesting too because like, what if and this does not exist? I really don't think it does. Maybe it does actually in like a few smaller places, but like a retreat for couples that is
Lord.
around the plant. Yeah, the plant medicine.
Yeah,
And
we
having that
have plans to do that.
Okay, well let the collective know when you do, because I will definitely be there. Hopefully I'm not single by then, and hopefully there's no problems, but you know, we'll see.
We'll see about that. But we are definitely working on that project as well. We have so many different projects. We just have to focus on one at a time because we have too many.
Yeah.
But
that's coming on. Yeah,
we want to put it out. I wish we could just like, snap our fingers and all the projects are there, but you know,
soon.
in all due time. Well, I am just so grateful for the both of you. Like seriously, from the bottom of my heart, the both of you are just so special, and I just love the messages. Like yes, you both channel the love beings, but like I feel like the entire live, you both were like reading my minds, reading the collective messages, like channeling already, just you two. So just appreciate you both, and I appreciate love beings channeling through you two. And yeah, we'll do another live, and we can just talk about it.
Yeah, part 2. Let's plan part 2 with the love beings that time. Yeah, because there's a lot to it. Yeah, and we love working with you. We resonate a lot.
Definitely.
So it's a blessing to
such
do,
a beautiful energy, and everybody just follow Door to Value and the School of the Ascending.
Yes. Thank you. More
I would love to talk more about this project, also School of the Ascending.
Yeah, well, oh my gosh, if you're not following that page, follow.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, we'll talk and stuff. I never thought about doing lives on that page, but you know, I like it on this page because it's a main page. But yeah, no, I'm so grateful for you both. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday and weekend. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I love this 144 family. Like seriously, I send you all virtual hugs, and
love you too.
Enjoy your weekend. Okay.
Thank you, Yasmine. We love you.
Thank you so much. I love you both. Thank you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Please like, share, and subscribe if you resonate with this. And we also accept donations. So if you want to support our mission, you will find the link in the description right below.